senior. Seniors have certain things in common with the rest of the universe. One is they have some benefits that people get for their age. Say AARP coupons. That's a benefit, right? Yeah. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Depends on where you're going. You have senior citizens places to move to. We have 55 plus communities that you can move to. What we also have is something that people overlook as senior citizens, and that is the power of the reverse mortgage. You see, what happened was in showing my age. In 2008, the federal government passed what was known as the HECM, Home Equity Conversion Mortgage Purchase Program. What it allows us to do as seniors over the age of 62 who pay taxes and are current with our taxes is buy property for as little as half of the retail price. And as we age, pay less and less for that property under the theory that as we age, the value of the property will increase. And when we pass away, having lived there in our residence, don't forget it's got to be a residence, we will have accumulated value in the property for the lender, who can then turn, after we pass away, to the federal government, which funded this program completely in 2010, and say to the federal government, look, this person paid 50%, 70% down, 30% down, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, however long we've lived through the program. And now they've passed away. Their family doesn't want to buy the property, so pay up. So now the federal government gives the lender of that home equity conversion mortgage purchase, HECM for short, the money that is due them from the point of purchase to the point of death. Now that's a great deal for the lender. What's been misunderstood is how great a deal it is for baby boomers. So for example, and this is just an example, if you were to buy a $500,000 home at the age of 62, you go to closing with $250,000 cash and you close the purchase. It's your house, you have no more mortgage to pay. If you were to buy that $500,000 worth of property at the age of 75, then you go to purchase with less than half of it. You go to purchase with something like, let's say, $200,000. If you were 95, you see where I'm going with this? Now that's part one. Part two is those of us who own property and we go to consider a reverse mortgage, we miss the most significant part of how a reverse mortgage benefits the homeowner. That's by not spending the money. So here's what I'd do if I were you at the age of 62 or 65, knowing that you're going to live to be 75, 85, or even 95 these days. The highest, fastest growing group of individuals in the United States are octogenarians. So at 62 years of age, if you went with 50% equity, let's say, in a $500,000 home, you would have $250,000 worth of equity. The lender would give you a reverse mortgage of, say, $200,000, for which you have a line of credit established. And what you do, according to financial planners, is you do not, I'll repeat that, you do not tap into that line of credit. You let it sit there. So what's happened? You've done a reverse mortgage with up to $500,000 property that you own, and you've gotten $200,000. You no longer have a mortgage payment, and you're not tapping into your line of credit. Now you move forward you live another 20 years. That 20 years with that line of credit sitting there has just changed that line of credit. It's boosted it based on reverse. The interest rate that would have been charged to you had you been paying something into it is now credited to your line of credit. So now you've gone from, let's say, $200,000 line of credit in 20 years to a $400,000 line of credit. Now, you're 20 years down the road, you're 72, 82, your health is good, and you can now exercise that line of credit. Take that $400,000 that you just accumulated that was tax-free and see the world. Just maintain your health, maintain your taxes, live in that house, and don't touch that line of credit. So there you have it. The home equity conversion mortgage purchase, which is a great deal for folks that are buying down here and retiring in Florida or anywhere else for that matter. And then there's the reverse mortgage line of credit. Let's call it a savings program. You don't touch the money, you borrow it at 62, 63, 65, you live 30 years, and then you take that line of credit, exercise it. Remember, you're not paying any more mortgage when you exercise this. That's it for here.